allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Until I got it the other day. Yeah. It's good day.
All right, thank you all for being here. Moving a little way. Thank you guys for all being here this evening. Got a small agenda. Hopefully we can get through it, get back to our regular day. The mic stand is messed up, so if anybody needs to make public comment, you have to hold the mic just sitting here, okay? Everybody here is pretty good? Yeah? Okay. Want to take over, Kim?
Sure. So, roll.
Well,
Yep.
sorry about that. We're going to do a roll call this morning. Adams?
Here.
Burek is absent. Gippert?
Here.
Conzi?
Yep.
Green?
Yep.
Crane?
Yep.
Waller? Yep.
Okay. So then the agenda, were there any changes to the agenda? I do want to apologize, we didn't, Belinda and I noticed a couple things that we did update it on the website yesterday that we're off, but. And so if there's no changes, then I would make a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right. Okay. You all get to have public comment. Can you hear me good? Because the speakers are kind of messed up. I don't
No,
want
we're good.
You guys can hear me? We'll have public comment at this time. As you know, at the beginning of these meetings, public comment is for agenda items only. So if anybody has anything they'd like to make a comment on, please step up. Come on.
I have a question. Is the meeting that you're going to have regarding the tower, is that part of the agenda?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'll address myself. My name is Craig Woods. I live on Floyd McFall Drive. And
Craig, put
Is there a microphone?
right there on the table.
Right here on the table, Craig.
oh, can you hear me?
It should be on.
Hello? One off.
Yeah.
Hello?
Oh.
Two old DTE guys. That's why we can't get it fixed. Do you want me to just speak louder?
No, I didn't turn it on.
Okay.
I can hear it rattling now. Yeah, we.
Hello?
Sorry about that.
That did it.
So which one's wrong?
Okay, my name is Craig Woods. I live on Floyd McFall Road Drive. And I'm here just to talk about the post tower. And I understand they have to put them somewhere. I'm opposed to that location. When we were there at the meeting a month or so ago, the gentleman from the company that's putting it in said that they had 5 other sites that they had contacted people regarding. And what I'm going to ask you all, before you decide not to, or not to, but before you decide to let them put the tower in the place that they propose to do it, to look at a compromise. Is there a possibility that you could offer them to go back, look at those other sites, and maybe offer them maybe a tax abatement or something that would allow them to go back and maybe put a little more money into a site that may have cost them a little bit more, and now they can afford it? I'm assuming that that's the reason they didn't pick one of those other 5 sites. And that's really the main reason I wanted to speak today. And also, does that site that they're proposing to put the tower on, does it meet the zoning? Is there a 150-foot road frontage with that home that sits there? Is there enough room for them to build or to be able to drive back up in there? That's my other question. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. Does anybody else? Come on.
I turned it off.
Oh, you turned it off?
Yes, it's just the on-off button, sorry.
Yeah, just push the top button.
Sounds like it's going.
Hello. Hi, my name is Wanda Szynski. I live on Butler Road in Augusta Township. This is my first meeting, but the agenda, because of the cell tower, I've lived here for 35 years. My husband's lived here his whole life, and his family and beyond, and generations beyond. And the cell service we have Verizon for 20-some years, and we can't call emergencies when there's no cell tower. I have extenders, I have everything you can possibly get to have cell service, and we just don't. We are like in a dark zone that is just dead. So it's very expensive to try to get extenders, but it's not safe anymore. You can't, when you need 911, you don't have it when there's no power. So I don't know, like the gentleman said, what the answer is for location, but we need it. So I'm in favor of it. I just don't know what the right answer is for location, but we need it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Has anybody else got anything for public comment on the agenda?
Hi, Damon Gray. I also live on Floyd McFall. I had a few points I want, so I'm just going to read off of my points to make it quick. And I'm not, just to say, I'm not opposed against the cell tower, just that location, and you'll see why here in a second. It lowers the property value. I know the gentleman at the last meeting said it doesn't. However, on Google AI search, easily says that anywhere from 2 to 20%, depending on how close, how the property is to the tower. And with the median price in Augusta Township being $375,000, that's anywhere from $7,500 to $74,000 lower value in your home. For me personally, it's much more. And so, and then to be fair, I looked in a little further and found a study in the Journal of Real Estate Finance and Economics says a decrease of 2.4% up to 9.78 decrease for homes individual range, which my house would be. And a survey by the National Business Post found that 90% of respondents were concerned about cell towers in their neighborhood, and 79% would not purchase a property near one. So even if you only consider the homes that will have to look at this tower from their front yard or backyard, that would be thousands of dollars lost in property, hundreds of thousands lost in property value. Question, will the tax assessor be lowering my tax bill accordingly? Another thing, range, so another Google search indicates these types of cell towers are typically 1 to 2 mile range in urban areas because of tall buildings and obstacles, 4.7 in suburban areas, and indicates also up to 25 miles in rural areas, which brings me to my next point. I've seen comments in our township site where residents get a Monroe operator when calling 911. That's over 22 miles away, which tells me, yes, we need better service, but it doesn't have to be in our backyard. It can be somewhere that we all like. So as far as the special permit provides flexibility in land use, allows the use, might not fit neatly into standard zoning categories, but are still, keywords, desirable for the community. Number 2, protection of the community ensures that special uses are reviewed and regulated to minimize potential, keywords, minimize potential negative impact on neighboring properties and overall character of the area. 3, strategic planning enables local governments to provide, to guide development and ensure that specific projects are, important part, compatible with the surrounding area. I made another speech, but basically that's all why I'm opposed to that location. Again, I'm not as opposed to it. I drive almost an hour a day to work to Detroit, and the reason I moved out here is because of the character of the area. And these cell phone towers just, there's a lot of areas they can put it that are not gonna make it look correct. I shorten this, the last part up for time.
Appreciate it. You did pretty good. You stayed within 3 minutes. Does anybody else got anything they'd like to say at public comment?
Testing. Okay, Dale and Mellon, 7685 Judd Road, which is not as direct as the other speakers that you heard, but I would like to talk to that because I have seen the site. It's a lovely wooded lot. I don't know if it's suited for much building or whatever. And I too feel there are many other places in this township that would be better suited for the tower. And when we have another tower, is it going to serve all the township better? Because for the 30 years I've been here, we have lousy service. And we have spent tons of money that I didn't expect to be another utility just to do business or to talk to my mother. Next door, even, we've had many disasters. Is this going to serve the west end of the township? There's a lot of dead spots in this township. I think we need to look out for ourselves in all these projects that you have brewing, including the data center. And we already have included a lot of building lately with the sun farm. And I think things should go slower and be more carefully considered. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dale. Does anybody else like to have something? Pete? No running, sir.
I'm not one, believe me, you can't do that anymore, guys. All right, speaking for everybody here is concerned about the cell tower. But what I read on the agenda is you're going into closed session with the attorney on the cell tower. So I'm assuming either cell tower people are sent you guys something and you need to go into closed session with the attorney, or you're going to try to settle this with the cell tower company. Bottom line is, we all need service. It's the time. And I mean, we all need cell towers to communicate, you know? And I understand people don't want it in their backyard. You know, it wouldn't bother me to put it in my backyard, to be honest with you, you know? But it's emergencies, just like the one lady said, 911. You know, a cell tower is more important to me than somebody's life. And I think that needs to be considered.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Does anybody else got anything for public comment? Come on, Ronnie.
I'd just like to say, please take into effect your thoughts on this about the planning commission. They're the ones that's the professionals. We pay them guys all the time, and they didn't think this was a good idea. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anybody else got anything for public comment for agenda items only? All right, we're gonna close public comment. It's at 6:45.
All right,
Good job, everybody.
so I would make a motion to approve the draft Board of Trustees meeting minutes from July 22nd of 2025.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. What's that? Yeah, go ahead.
So I would make a motion to go in, to close the regular Board of Trustees meeting at 6:45 and go into closed session with Attorney Angela Manarino to consider the contents of the attorney-client privilege communication pursuit of MCL 15.268H.
All right, all in favor?
Supervisor,
Yes,
get a roll
ma'am.
call on that.
Do a roll call, okay,
Yes.
very good.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. Adams,
Yes.
Bjork, she's absent. Gippert?
Yes.
Guanxi?
Yes.
Green?
Yep.
Crane?
Yes.
Wallace, yes. Thanks for the help on that, Angela.
Sorry.
All right, we're going into closed session. If you guys go to party, order pizza.